Man who operated marijuana dispensaries statewide, including 2 in Kent County, will spend 15 years in prison after he was convicted of 10 federal marijuana trafficking charges. This sentence and conviction comes as marijuana in Michigan is decriminalized for medical and recreational use. Barton Dieters has talked to those familiar with the law about what happened here and whether Michigan pot enthusiasts should be concerned. Barton?
Well, Emily, at the federal level, marijuana remains a Schedule I controlled substance, the same as meth or heroin. But federal arrests in state like ours, where laws have changed, are rare. So what happened here? In Grand Rapids federal court yesterday, a judge handed down the nearly 16-year sentence to 47-year-old Danny Trevino, a man who called himself the professor of pot. Not long after Michigan voters approved medical marijuana in 2008, Trevino started setting up dispensaries around Michigan, including a storefront here on Leonard Street and another on Old 28th Street in Cascade Township. Trevino was a drug offender and could not be a caregiver under state law. Federal prosecutors allege he had over a half ton of marijuana at his various facilities and described him as, quote, thumbing his nose at the law. Former U.S. Attorney Patrick Miles says that's the kind of behavior that will get you noticed by federal authorities.
Sometimes federal prosecutors have no choice. They've got to follow the law. And if someone is flouting the law, they're going to bring a case.
Robert Hendricks, an attorney who specializes in marijuana business law, says it's important to remember that despite the state attitude, the feds have a different view.
Virtually all marijuana activity violates federal law today, as it did for the last 50 years under the Controlled Substances Act.
While the sentence against Trevino seems harsh,
federal sentences tend to be long. My understanding in this case was that the sentence actually was at the lower end of the federal guidelines, but it's still going to be significant compared to a state law conviction.
Enforcement of criminal marijuana laws ultimately will work to the benefit of the state regulated legalized industry.
in the end. Now, I talked to some folks who are leaders in the legalization of marijuana. They don't really have much sympathy for Trevino. We'll keep an eye on this case and let you know what happens here and online at woodtv.com. Live in studio, Barton Dieters, News 8.